As you know, I like testing out the latest and most unusual communications technology, and recently I was down in the south of England with Andy Kirby, where we had lots of fun with this, the Solidcom C1 package from Hollyland. These are decked wireless headsets that use the same wireless standard that is very often used for landline cordless telephones between 1880 and 1939 MHz. Me and Andy had an e-bike ride with these and they were so much fun, despite their potential commercial applications. They offer full duplex communication, meaning every user can talk at the same time, just like a phone call, and I had to get a set. The system provides a reliable transmission range of up to 1,100 feet or 350 meters line of sight. Don't forget, these aren't a long-range comm solution, they're designed for close-range use such as TV and film studios and event security, but we found them to be so much fun out on the e-bikes. They're ready to use out of the box as they pair up automatically when switched on, and a group of remote headsets will pair to the master headset labelled in red. Each headset is designed with dual antenna diversity that helps reduce interference and maintain a reliable link. They basically use two antennas in the same way many decked cordless phone systems do. The master headset will work for 5 hours and the remote headsets will work for 10 hours, and they come with spare batteries that take 2.5 hours to charge. They have a wideband frequency response from 150Hz to 7kHz and premium AEC performance, and the wind noise from being on the bikes didn't even register. So they come in this really nice tough case, and what you get depends on the package you order. I got 3 headsets, one being the master and the other 2 being remotes. I also got 6 of these 700mAh batteries, as well as a 4-bay USB charger base. You get some of these stickers to label the headsets up more clearly if you want to, you get an instruction manual, and I got a load of spare over-the-ear leather cushions, over-the-ear foam cushions, and microphone cushions. As I said before, the setup is so simple. You just turn on the master headset, and then the remote headsets using these little power buttons, and they all connect immediately. So looking at the headsets themselves, they're really solid, weighty, and have multiple joints, so they're really comfortable to wear and conform to the shape of your head. They have a cushioned leather covering over the top and extendable arms to increase the size of the overall headset. They have a movable boom which, when in the up position, mutes the microphone, and at the end of the boom is a small gooseneck so you can adjust the position of the microphone. At the end of the mic is an LED indicator which flashes red for low battery, flashes green for no connection, and stays green for normal operation. The pads are all removable and interchangeable, and the battery slots into the compartment on one side, which clips into place securing it. On the earpiece side are 4 simple buttons. The plus and minus control the volume, and even at high speeds on the bike I didn't have mine turned up fully. The A button, when pressed for a few seconds, is for adding additional headsets that don't pair automatically. The B button is only functional when using a Solidcom hub station, which I didn't get. Basically, in a non-hub system, the A button is used for pairing, while the B button doesn't function. In a hub-based system, you'd press the A or B button to switch to group A or B. One advantage of using DECT is that it can't be monitored, or at least not without software and lots of hacking, so I can't let you hear these on a radio scanner, but I'll put a headset close to the microphone so you can hear what the audio sounds like. It's hard to give a true feel this way, but it compares closely to the audio quality of a mobile phone call. It was flawless. Okay, so I hope this gives you an idea of what the Solidcom C1 actually sounds like. As I said, the audio for me, in my opinion, sounds similar to something like a mobile phone call, or at least a cordless landline phone call. It doesn't sound like the audio you would get from a digital system like DMR or Nextel or anything like that. There's no packet loss, and in my opinion, it sounds absolutely amazing. You can move the microphone nearer or further away, or even further, or back to close, just to give you a feel of what that sounds like as I move the microphone away. And moving the microphone up actually cuts the microphone altogether. and then we're back. And as I said earlier in the video, these things handled noise really well. The wind noise on the e-bikes was quite high, but through the headsets it was barely audible, and we held a perfect conversation throughout. So the only thing left to do is head out and test these headsets briefly to see how they perform at a bit of distance. I won't range test these as such because they're not designed for long range comms, and 350 meters for this frequency with this sort of antenna system is perfectly acceptable. Okay, James, are you receiving?
Yes, Lewis, I'm receiving it loud and clear.
No worries. So we're about the 340 metre mark we measured on Google Earth. Not line of sight as such, because there's a lot of trees between us, and obviously that makes a difference at this sort of frequency. And despite the fact that it's probably the windiest day of the year, how's it sounding your end?
Yeah, it sounds really good. I mean, we are on top of the Wirth Low, aren't we? So it's wind from every single direction. You just can't escape it. But it's digital, so I can't tell how far away you are from me. I'm stationary, you're the one who's done all the walking. But I mean, I'm surrounded by trees behind me and obviously in between our line of sight. But yeah, sounds as good as if you were 2 meters away.
Yeah, I'm quite glad we've come on quite a windy day. I did explain in the run-up in this video that I used these first on e-bikes, and the noise from the wind wasn't an issue, and you can hear the noise on the microphones here, but it's not making an issue. The voice comes through over the wind, and I suppose in a normal environment for something like this, i.e. a TV or film set, the wind wouldn't necessarily be an issue anyway, but it sounds good. I'd compare it to exactly like a decked cordless phone. I don't know what your thoughts on that, James, are.
I say it's actually a lot better because you've got a lot more depth to the sound.
Yeah.
It's a lot bassier, and it's easier to listen to rather than listen to something tinny on a small earpiece.
Yeah.
And that's why I like these. You've got quite a good size earpiece on these, so it's not like tinny. It's got a nice bass to it. It sounds very solid.
Yeah.
It's real good audio.
Yeah, it does. This is the first time I've tested properly with somebody. Like I say, I think the wind, so there's quite a strong blast of wind there now, which has just hit you, which is coming my way down the lane. It's there, but it's not a massive issue. I'm quite impressed, James.
I'm really impressed. You've not broken up to me once. I know the other headset is away, connected to your microphone somewhere, but no, you've not broken up from my signal at all.
Yeah, that's really good. So I'm not going to, as I said, we're not going to actually range test these because just over the 350 metre mark, they drop out anyway, and then when you come back into range, they reconnect. So we know that, and they're not designed as a long-range comm solution. But yeah, really good fun, James.
No, and I'm just interested also because I'm just playing with the volume control, and when the wind stopped, I've turned the volume down quite a bit because I can hear you a lot better now. There's no wind.
Yeah.
But it's still perfect quality, and even when you're on loud, which I have been on loud, you don't get any distortion.
Okay, James. Well, I'll end the test here, and I'll head back over your direction.
Wonderful.
All right.
Surely then.
Cheers. So that's a look at the Solidcom C1 from Hollyland. I'm so impressed with these, and they're really good fun out on the bike and walking, and I'm really tempted to try these whilst kayaking in the very near future. If you want more information, then I'll leave the link to the Hollyland page in the description below.